So we have
cheese
South
slice.
Africa. This is something that we need to talk about. As mentioned, this is big. South Africa is gaining more and more support. Now, this was as of yesterday, I think. So now we have Bolivia, right? If you want to scroll down, there's several. We have Bolivia, Venezuela, Nicaragua. They all just, of course, right? Of course, you have Bolivia, Venezuela, Nicaragua. You have the uh, Organization of Arab States. You have the Maldives. If you go up, Jamie, just where you were before. Yeah. Okay. There you go. The Organization of Islamic Countries, excuse me, the OIC, which contains 57 members, and that includes Saudi Arabia, Iran, Pakistan, and Morocco. They also voiced their support for the case. They did so on December 30th. Now, this is South Africa's ICJ, International Criminal Justice case against Israel at The Hague. So this is big. This is happening tomorrow.
Yeah. Can I say
Malaysia,
something real quick, fam?
Turkey. Yeah.
When you have countries like Morocco, right? Client states. Now, Morocco is not necessarily a client state, but Morocco entered in a deal to make peace with Israel, literally, in the Abrams Accord. That's what Morocco was all about. They were getting rights to certain land that was recognized by the United States by Donald Trump, land that wasn't theirs. And I forgot the country down below it. I don't want to get too deeply into it. But when you have countries like Morocco who've already entered into deals, we're normalizing relationships with Israel, going, even this is too much. That says a lot. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. And again, I think what was it? Turkey, Jordan, which
Jordan.
is
Yeah.
surprising because again, Jordan, a lot of like Jordan and Egypt, they're all controlled by, at least in terms of what goes on at the border and such, by Israel. So Bolivia also definitely, but it was the first Latin American country. But since then, Venezuela and Nicaragua have also said they 100% support this. The Maldives, Namibia, and Pakistan. So there are also several independent groups that have been supporting. And now, apart from that, the International Criminal Court request that was filed earlier, there were several countries that filed that one, including South Africa, of course, Bangladesh, Comoros, Djibouti, and I think a few others since then. So that's basically what's been going on. The ICC and the ICJ are a little bit different. Here it is, so you guys know. The ICJ was established in 1945. The ICC in 2002. It's the highest court of the UN is the ICJ. This is why it's much bigger than if it was the ICC. The ICC isn't part of the UN. This is located in the famous Hague. So when we say we're going to send, these war criminals to the Hague, that's exactly what we're talking about. It's in the Netherlands. Also in the Netherlands is the International Criminal Court. And the jurisdiction, of course, includes the UN member states, which gives it a little bit more power. The ICC is just individuals. And in terms of the types of cases, it's legal disputes between states and requests for advisory opinions on legal questions regarding the ICJ. And regarding the ICC, they prosecute individuals for the most serious crimes. For example, they were trying to go after Vladimir Putin. Remember, they tried to persecute him. You can't appeal the ICJ. You can appeal the ICC. And it relies, if you scroll a little bit further, on the enforcement of the UN Security Council to uphold judgments, with permanent members having veto power. And in terms of the ICC, they just have cooperation from member states. So it's really not as powerful, I would say. The ICJ holds more of a power, holds more of a jurisdiction, holds more of an ability to enforce. I still think that in spite of all of this, there has to be more, because I said this the other day, I've lost faith in humanity just with what happened to hell, to what's been happening to many Palestinians. It seems like Israel's just continuing to do what it wants and nobody's holding it accountable. So for me, this is huge that South Africa is getting more and more support from so many people.
Yeah. Can I send the big ups to, we talk about like individuals who can make a difference, who really, how, when people get involved with this, we start talking about that. And I've talked to a lot of people and how certain individuals in this business can make a difference. Big ups to Sam Husseini, man, who pushed this shit from the get-go, bro. I love you, Sam. Oh, my Lord, Sam. Wow, what a difference one man has made right now. And I'm proud to call that guy a friend. We've had him on this show. I had him on Jimmy when I got a chance to get him on Jimmy Dore. What he's done. Anthony Blinken sees him and he goes running the other way. It's just amazing. So I just want a special shout out to Sam Husseini. It just shows you what one individual can do, how you can push things and how you can get a lot of attention on there. So big ups to you. This is awesome, but we still got a lot of work to do, and he hasn't stopped. He keeps on pushing and pushing and pushing. But big ups to Sam. Go ahead, fam.
No, yeah, big ups to him. I saw him push it, and I think that's awesome. And I want to encourage everybody to go to the ICJ, which is where they have the entire just breakdown of what they're asking for and all of that. And also, I do have to point out something that I didn't put in the folder, but the ICC, the International Criminal Court, not the ICJ, but the ICC that we just mentioned, has set up a portal for any submission of evidence of Israeli war crimes and crimes against humanity, and anyone can upload, including videos and images. So it's
that was the thing. He wanted to use the ICA fam to push the ICC. He wanted to do that. Yeah. That was the thing. And that was his whole thing when he told me this. And it's working. It's working. He says the ICJ is going to push the ICC because they're going to see them doing, and they're going to have to react. They're not going to be able to ignore this stuff anymore. Go ahead, fam. You're frozen, by the way.
So, okay, yeah, I'll come back in and out. But if you, Jamie, I added it to the bottom of that section. You can show people the tweet so they can go and post whatever videos that they have. I'll be right back.
She's going to come in and come out, guys. Thank you so much. While she's doing that, guys, now's a chance we can get in there. We can do some sharing. Here it is. Deputy Prime Minister of Belgium, Petra de Sutter, says she will propose a request within the government demanding Belgium to take action at the ICJ following the lead of South Africa. Belgium cannot stand by and watch the immense human suffering in Gaza. We must act against the threat of genocide, she stated. You can show her picture there, Cheese Slice. There she is. Making the moves. Guys, this is the time right now. If you guys do a favor, do a like, do a share. Skywalk Trees, I am. Thank you so much. I'm glad you saw that episode. Big ups to Sam Husseini. This has got to be awesome. I mean, it's not awesome, the situation that's going on, but it's awesome that we're getting some movement on the ICJ and the ICC. You said this would happen.